In this video, we are going to draw the flat hook from chapter 2. Here is the problem. We see that the dimensions are in millimeters. So when you open Autocad, make sure that your dimensions are in millimeters. And then it says the thickness is 25 millimeters. So we can just ignore that because we are only going to draw the 2D drawing of the front face. All right. And then I'm going to zoom in so we can see the problem better. So here is our design we're going to draw. I am going to say that the origin is right here. So my 0, 0 point is here. And then that is the center for a circle here and a circle here. And then we can see that there are two other circles that we can draw, that the center is just up in the y direction 180 millimeters. So let's get started. We are going to draw a center radius circle. The center point is 0, 0, enter, and the radius is 62.5, enter. Then I'm going to hit the space bar to rerun the command of drawing a circle. So I'm going to say the center point is 0, 0, enter, and the radius is 130 millimeters. Okay, then I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Okay, and then we are going to draw the upper two circles. So hit space on your keyboard. The center is 0 because we don't need to move left or right to get there, comma, and the y is 180. Okay, then the radius for the inner circle is 22.5 because it says that the diameter is 45. So we just divide that by 2 to get the radius of 22.5. And then space one more time to rerun the circle command. And that will also be centered at 0, 180, enter. And the radius for that is 50 millimeters. Okay. So now when looking at the drawing, it's easy to see that there is an arc right here that is tangent to the outer circles that we just drew. So we can use a TTR circle and then trim that circle to get this arc. So tangent to the circle, tangent to this circle, and a radius of 50. And then we can also see that there is a line here that is tangent to this circle and this circle. So let's draw those. And then click TTR, tangent radius. We'll select this edge of the circle and this edge, and then the radius is 50. All right, and then we will draw this line, and we want it to be tangent to this circle, and then tangent to this circle. And I just want to note that if you hover over, it says deferred tangent because it will actually calculate the point that is tangent to this circle and the other circle after you specify the 2 points. So I'm going to click here, and then I'm going to hit escape to exit out of the command. Next, we can see that there is this annotation of 125 millimeters saying that this line is 125 millimeters away from this line. So we can see that because it's all the way, we can see that they are parallel lines. And so we are going to draw a perpendicular line here, and that will allow us to create another line that is perpendicular to the new line. Again, like in the last video, we know that two parallel lines share a perpendicular line. So this line that we draw here will just be a reference line. All right, so we'll hit line, and we'll use our object snap perpendicular. Click here. It doesn't matter how long it is because it is a reference line. Okay, And then we want to create a line that is tangent to the circle, but perpendicular to this line to ensure that this new line is parallel to this line. So click here. Want this new line, the first point to be tangent to the circle, and then we want it to be perpendicular to this line. And you can click anywhere on the line because it will calculate where the tangency and perpendicular points are. Click escape. All right. And then last, we need to draw this portion of our design. We can see that we just drew this line right here, and we see that this circle is tangent to this line, but it's also tangent to our outer circle. Right here is the radius. So we have tangent, tangent, radius, and we can use that information and draw a tangent, tangent, radius circle. So we know that is tangent to this line and tangent to this circle. And the radius is 25. Enter. All right. So now we just need to erase and trim our drawing. So I can just click this line and erase it by clicking delete on my keyboard, and then I'll select trim. A quick way for me to use the trim command is to right click on the mouse and then click crossing in the command prompt. And then I can just go through and trim the lines that I don't need. And escape. And here is our finished drawing of the flat hook in Chapter 2.